Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It is a beautiful day here in East Florida, northern Florida. It's a little warm, but it's like cool breeze, so it's like a perfect day, sunny, almost no clouds. That's why I live here. But just touching base, if this is the first time you've ever done check out one of my videos, my name is Anthony Kaufman, and I basically created this video series to help individuals like myself who are growing themselves, taking tips and tricks and things that I've learned over the last 5 years, and help put it out in ways that maybe you can apply it in your life and help to move the needle. And my main goal with this is just to help, even if I just help one person out there improve their lives, even if I never become, specifically aware of that incident, just the knowledge that I might be able to help somebody is why I'm creating these videos. So definitely wanted to address that because that is part of my message for today. So just kind of piggybacking on what we talked about yesterday. Morning, Sarah. What's going on? Heard about you. You moved. Awesome. Congrats. But yeah, sorry. That's for. I'll talk to you later. So piggybacking on what I was talking about yesterday with the point of no return. So division of focus, and it's kind of funny that I just did that, but what I mean by that is, like my announcements that I do at the first end of my videos, I tell you why I'm here. If you're here, why you should stay or why you should go, if it's for you or not for you. And what I mean by division of focus, oh, there we go. We got a connection back. Cool, sweet deal. So division of focus, I'm going to have some things pop up today just because I'm talking about this, but division of focus meaning two opportunities that don't collaborate. Meaning, if you have an opportunity in one state and you have an opportunity in both states, they both have pros, they both have cons, and you're trying to decide, or like that's jobs. So schools, like if you're applying to colleges and you have two awesome colleges come back and say we want you, deciding between the two. Are like, we all know the incidences of like boyfriends or girlfriends. You have two girls or two guys who are interested in you. They both seem fantastic, but one has something the other one doesn't. And it's just like trying to decide. And sometimes with that division of focus, you lose both opportunities. Or we pursue one while still entertaining the other opportunity or the other job or the other relationship, whatever have you. In our efforts that would take us leaps and bounds moving forward, keep us held back because we're trying to still entertain that other opportunity that is not divergent, not convergent. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But so we want to eliminate that in our lives, and it's extremely tempting because with every decision that we make, it opens up doors, it opens up opportunities. But also every time we decide to do something with our lives, morning, Greg. Every time we decide to do something with our lives, not only are we opening doors moving forward, but we're closing doors behind us. And sometimes mentally that can seem kind of rough when you have two opportunities or two situations that seem very promising, but in order to succeed in either one or not to, not even have to face losing both, we have to be willing to close the doors for one and open up doors for the other. And our brains don't like that, don't like the loss. We want it all. But unfortunately we can't always have, I like to always think both, but if they're divergent, it's not possible to entertain both opportunities at the same time. So, that's how it happens, that's what it is. What do we do about it? How do we get ourselves to make the decision when our brains don't want us to decide one or the other? We want both, even though doing both would keep us from our greatest potential. So first off, I think we're all pretty familiar with it, but listing out the pros and the cons of each. Taking a piece of paper, old-fashioned, folding it down, drawing a line across the top. It seems simple, but sometimes we hesitate in doing this because we don't want to shine light on the situation because we like the idea of both. But when we really list out the pros and the cons of both situations, or 3 or 4 situations that you're entertaining, it shines light on the situation, and you can really see, separating emotion from it, what's in line with my principles, what's in line with what I'm trying to accomplish, what is in line with my morals, my ethics, things like that. What's in line with relationships. Like, for instance, I'm married. So every decision that's made it's decision being made for two people. So what's the best for everyone? The greatest good, so to speak. So that is a very simple one that we're all aware of. And then also, one that I learned from Les Brown years ago is writing out what you want. So writing out both situations are a situation, like deciding whether to move forward with it or hold back on our past and the situation that we're currently in and not stepping forward is writing out what the opportunity is. Writing out the what if. Write out what would happen, let's flip those just for mental order. So what would happen, what if not? So if you went for it and it didn't work out, the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario. Now I think we can all look back in situations in our lives where we failed big time. Things didn't work out, The thing is, if you're on this call, you survived. You didn't die. You're still here. You figured out a way through it. At the point in time, it might have seemed like something really huge, but in the grand scheme of things, 5-10 years down the road, you're like, whatever, right? So listing that out and going, what's really the worst thing that would happen? Because sometimes when it's fuzzy in our heads and we don't have clarity, because clarity is the goal here. When we don't have the clarity, it can seem like, like these big things, like one incident is like if you ever write out your number for like retirement. Sometimes people think they need like hundreds. It's not as big as a number as you think for what you're currently. But that's a whole other subject. Sorry, division of focus, right? Every time I teach something, I learn a little bit myself. But taking it and writing it, what would happen if I utterly failed? What would my friends say about me? What would my family, coworkers, colleagues, like what's the worst case scenario? The world burning down situation. And usually, what's funny is you write that out and you're like, well, that's really not even that bad. Because on paper, it's not as big as we make it in our heads. And then writing out what if. Like, what if you went forward with this opportunity and it worked out? And you got the lives that you would serve, the financial upside, the spiritual upside, the fulfillment upside of you being full, doing something that you love, doing something that's aligned with your morals, aligned with your ethics. Like the big what if, like what if this just 100%, 150% pulled off and it just all worked out for us? What would that look like? And when you compare those two together, usually, at least for the way I've always worked whenever I've done this, is you literally tear up the what if not and you put up the what if, because the what if is so freaking awesome that even if you fail, try again. You didn't die the last time you failed, because we've all failed. If we list off my failures, I think it's a pretty long list, but nobody remembers those. And the highlights of our lives, people remember they might, depending on who it is, they might remember the one really bad thing, but it's like, those things tend to go away when we finally accomplish success. You know what I mean? Like, the little piddly failures don't matter when you have, like, you have Grant Cardones, you have Gary Vaynerchuk's, you have Tony Robbins's. All of them have situations where things were really rough, but nobody ever remembers those because their success is so great now. It's what are you doing now? Where are you going? Not where have you been type thing. And then last one that I have listed out is just contacting like a third-party mentor, somebody who you look up to, somebody who you trust in that area. Obviously, no one's a complete perfect sphere in every area of their life, but if it comes to business, if it's a relationship, consulting with somebody who is a third party, they don't have your vested interest, so maybe not mom and dad, but somebody who is a mentor, somebody that you look up to, that can give you really like a subjective input on your specific situation without any emotional investment in it. So usually somebody that's not going to benefit directly from that scenario, because sometimes they'll lean one way or lean the other. But those are definitely the ways that we can apply that in our day-to-day lives to help us not have to be stuck in that waiting. Because Angelique Nori from a call, definitely got to give a shout out for this quote. She's like, the real fear that we should all have in this, if we really want something great out of our lives, is that stagnant, the waiting time, the delay. Because delay is, it's like whether you believe in a maker or not or whatever, like at the end of your life when you turn around, whether you're answering to a higher being or you're answering to yourself or your family, you turn around, you look, you go, well, I didn't do everything I could have because I was just waiting. I was waiting around for the right time, or somebody to tell me it was go, or somebody to give me the green light, or the perfect situation. The stagnant, the waiting around is what we should be afraid of. So it helps to move us forward. It helps to get the ball rolling, because even if we fail, then at least you've taken one option out of the pot, and then maybe you can still pursue another option. And boyfriend girlfriends, it sounds a little funny, but like job wise. like maybe you can still pursue that other opportunity, and if not, maybe a better one opens up down the line, but at least you've taken of your list of possibilities and taken one off that we can focus on a smaller bucket altogether. So I hope this is all making sense. I hope it all translating from here to there, so to speak. But again, the goal of all this is clarity. Because when we have clarity of focus, we have clarity of action, we have clarity of purpose and mission, our efforts are 10x'd. Because we're giving 70% here and 30% there, we're going to fail in both. Because in life, even giving 100%, we still might not succeed. So we have to take all our focus and direct it in one path, one objective, one thing that we're trying to accomplish. So again, that's definitely the best thing. And then also just to add to this, a little bit of extra tidbit. So say we have the opportunity. And like for me, one thing that I always focus on is multiple streams of income. Different income coming in. Because one, I don't know of any millionaire that I've ever met that doesn't have at least 5 to 7 streams of income. I don't know anybody that's successful that just does one specific thing. A lot of them have other incomes, whether it's investments, realty, things like that. So we also, going forward with that, want to make sure that it's convergent, not divergent. And what I mean by that is efforts that complement your current efforts. So if you currently have a business, like say you own realty, what if you opened up a lawn maintenance company that services your realty accounts and then could also gain other accounts themselves? So things that complement what you're currently doing, whereas divergent would be things that are total opposites. They have no relation, they don't benefit each other at all, and they don't help to move the mission forward. So it'd be like if you opened a health food store and a Burger King. Like that sort of thing, where it's like you're servicing different customers, you're not benefiting each other. If anything, you shouldn't be competition. Everybody should be going to a health food store, but you're not. If your ideal is health and giving people whole, clean, healthy food, or supplementation, things like that, and you open up a Burger King, it's directly conflicting and is a friction point with your goals and your purpose and your morals and your ethics that you stand for. So that would be divergent. So if you have your core mission that you're already working on and you have something that you can add to it, doing the same task, like the same drawing out the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons, writing out the what ifs, what nots, and consulting with a mentor to make sure that it's convergent, to make sure that it adds value to what you're already doing. It's like another piece of armor, or it's another tool in your tool belt to help you move forward and accomplish what you want, like whether it's skills, education, seminars, anything like that, convergent, constantly giving you more, again, perfect example, tools in your tool belt to help you accomplish and deliver the service that you might already be offering. So that's my message for today. Piggybacking on the one yesterday, just kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty and ironing out that, again, our focus with all this is clarity, clarity of purpose, just clarity, shining a light on situations. I've found in my own life, if there's ever confusion, the more light you shine on a situation, the situations that sometimes in our heads can be so big or so like oh my god, I don't want to make this phone. What if they get mad at me? And then you make the phone call and the person's like, oh, it's no big deal. Like we make it such a big situation in our head that when you shine light on the situation, it really becomes it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a situation. Just make the decision to make it happen. So again, always trying to add value for you guys. If you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to comment below or message me. If you like the content that I'm offering, definitely like, share, whatever. Refer a friend, let them know that I got these videos going on, because again, my goal is to help as many people as possible. And even if my content just is an aha moment for one individual on any of these, then I've accomplished my goal, and keeping it super simple keeps me super fulfilled. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Make it an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.